You build me up like building blocks just so you can break me down. You try to explain, but before you can start, those crybaby tears come out of the dark.
I wish I found some better sounds no one's ever heard. I wish I had a better voice that sang some better words. I wish I found some chords in an order that is new. I wish I didn't have to rhyme every time I sang. Stop making me sad and move. You don't know the half of you.
I'm not a little kid now.
So, now that the new Halloween film had just came out, I decided that's time for me to give you my ranking on the Halloween films from worst to best. Now, this is just my opinion. You can leave what you think of these movies in the comments below, but this is just what I think. So, here we go. Starting off at number 11, no surprise, Halloween Resurrection is such a bad movie, and there was no potential in it at all. After killing off Laurie Strode and only going for a Blair Witch vibe of filmmaking, that just doesn't work. And with terrible characters, bad acting all around, a terrible representation of Michael Myers, it was bad news all around, and the less said the better. So going on to my number 10 spot, we have Halloween 2 by Rob Zombie. Had a little bit of potential to have an original story, but it's just the second movie again. But Dr. Loomis is a jerk, Laurie Strode is annoying, and her friends are terrible, and Michael Myers is a hobo now and is hallucinating his mom. Yeah. When are those simpler times are coming back? 2018 answered that. So going on to my number 9 spot, we have Halloween 2007 was a movie that I don't hate, but I certainly do not like. There was a good start where Michael Myers is in the institution and Dr. Loomis is trying to understand him. Those were the best parts of the film. And there are moments in the final act where I was like, okay, but overall, with terrible characters, bad direction, and a terrible script, it all bogged this movie down. So coming off at number 8, we have Halloween 5, Revenge of Michael Myers. Was a clusterfuck of a movie. There were some good moments and some poignant moments in the movie, like with Myers taking off his mask and showing Jamie that his own face. I thought it was well done, but that would probably be the best part of the movie. Everything else was just a setup for another movie, and it annoyed the hell out of me and just left me with questions instead of answers. So coming off at number 7, we have Halloween, The Curse of Michael Myers. Was a okay movie. I mean, I don't consider it to be one of the worst in the franchise. It does have its fair share of problems, but overall I felt like its tone gets you into the Halloween vibe. Michael Myers is a little bit better and I know this is supposed to explain who Michael Myers is, and that kind of ruins the mystery behind it, but there are some cool, those creepy moments. Paul Rudd is Paul Rudd, he's excellent. Dr. Loomis was great. The atmosphere was pretty good all around. Just the story needed to be worked out a little bit better. And overall, it's just a mixed movie for me. So, Coming off at number 6, we have Halloween H2O it's a good movie. That's all I'm gonna say. It is nothing great. It is nothing spectacular, but it screamed by almost. It never felt like, but with it just did not feel like a Halloween movie. Is what I'm trying to say. It tried to go for that Scream vibe of filmmaking that made it that made Scream popular, and it just didn't work for a Halloween movie. And overall, Jamie Lee Curtis was great, and Michael Myers had some good moments, and the final act was actually pretty awesome, including that amazing ending. There were just some moments that just kind of, I would like, if this was toned a little better, this could have been a great movie. But overall, I still enjoy this film, despite its problems. So coming off at number 5, we have Halloween Season of the Witch. This is a movie that almost everyone hates. I mean, you look around, back then nobody liked it. But over the years, this movie had garnered a cult following, and more and more people seem to like it each year. I, for one, was one of the people that used to hate it because it did not have Michael Myers. But while it does have a silly story about Stonehenge and turning all the kids, killing them, and turning their heads into critters, I thought it was pretty silly. I thought it was an overall fun Halloween experience that with a few creepy moments, a cool, nice kills, and it was a silly movie, but the actors gave a really charismatic performance, and overall, I enjoy this, and while it doesn't have Michael Myers, I still think it is an overall okay film. So coming off at number 4, we have Halloween 4, the return of Michael Myers is a comeback for everybody who did not like the third film and wanted Michael Myers again. Yes, the mask is terrible. The mask is so weird. But there is a lot of really nice characters, and Donald Pleasence came back and gave a charismatic performance. The story was overall satisfactory and nothing amazing, but its pacing and horrific events that happened, I thought really helped to push this movie to become one of the better sequels. And the little girl, Jamie, she was incredible playing this traumatized kid with a terrible past, and I just really cared for her. So overall, this is a really good entry into this franchise. And coming off at number 3, we have Halloween 2. Halloween 2 is a worthy successor and a movie that would make logical sense as a continuation of the first film. And the atmosphere, the tone, Michael Myers, Jamie Lee Curtis, and Donald Pleasence, they were all great. Though, while everything great helped overlook my problems with the film, my biggest problem that I have is that the movie tried to explain who Michael Myers is, and that kind of ruined Michael Myers being the boogeyman, and it gave him motivation on what his killings are. And there is a bit of gore. It tried to be a bit more extreme than the first film, which I thought was unnecessary. It is tame compared to other movies now, but back then I can understand why people would say that there's too much gore. Overall, this is a good sequel, but To me, my favorite sequel in this entire franchise is Halloween 2018. Halloween 2018 was everything I want a Halloween movie to be. Scary, a great atmospheric Halloween vibe, real good characters, and a Michael Myers that is just Michael Myers, the boogeyman. He goes around killing people, and it seems like there's a logical reason why he's doing it. Evil. You could sometimes see how this evil is basically guiding Michael Myers just to do his killing spree. He takes his time to observe the victims. He felt genuinely scary. He is a normal sized guy, but with incredible human strength. And there were a lot of shots where I was like, oh God. Michael Myers is scary in my opinion in this film, and was done right. Jamie Lee Curtis was incredible in this movie, and I thought was one of the standout performances. And this movie is mostly about tragedy, and these characters that are affected by Jamie Lee Curtis around her, I found really good. And they were not just like people just to be thrown in for the body count. I actually did care about these characters, and I actually did not want to see them die. They had good moments, even some of the minor ones. And so that kind of elevated the movie for me. And the David Gordon Green's direction in this film was just off the charts great. There was only one problem I had, and that was a twist that happens near the end of the film, but overall I thought it was a great continuation of the first film and a really solid entry into the franchise, but it still is not able to match up to the original Halloween. John Carpenter's Halloween is the definitive Halloween. It is such a simple movie with very little money put behind it. And these filmmakers are just amateur. They didn't know what they were doing, but they did the best they can, and they delivered what is now one of the greatest films of all time. Mostly because how it explores evil and how it can affect a kid for his entire life to adulthood. And that what makes Michael Myers scary, is that how he's just evil and how he kills only because of that evil. And the characters, including Donald Pleasence, were just great in this film, and they were really entertaining to watch. But it's the suspense and all of that helped to make this film go beyond than what was expected of it. And I think that is the reason why it is in many people's number one and why it's in my number one on this list. So this is my ranking of the Halloween films. I would like to know what you guys think in the comments below. Please leave a like, subscribe, comment, and I will see you guys next time.